Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Black Talent TV's Look Who's Next. Of course, you guys know I'm your hostess with the mostest, Miss Simone Jackson. Always here to bring you guys another great episode of Look Who's Next. You guys know we are a podcast that have engaging conversation with influential guests in the entertainment industry. I am actually pretty excited to be talking to our next guest for today. He is a very gifted and talented young man and dancer. He has been spotted on the Kendrick Lamar Never Catch Me video. He's also the star of the Mickey Mouse Club, which I'm really excited about that. And of course, you guys, you will definitely remember his name because you guys have definitely seen him on Dance Moms. So I'm really excited to be talking to this amazing little man. Please, everyone, give it up for Miss Will Simmons. Hi, Will.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today?
Hey, we are doing all good over here. How are you?
I'm living life. I'm doing fantastic right now.
That is, love it. That is awesome to hear. That is awesome to hear. Like I said, super excited to be talking to you, Mr. Will, because I actually remember seeing you on the Dance Mom episode. So I was like, the fact that actually seeing you and actually talking to you now is a real surreal experience for me. But I'm going to start with the first question for you. What began your passion for such dancing?
Well, for me, when I was younger, or even, this is actually before I was even born, my sister was actually born with a club foot, and they said that for her to fix her foot, they have to put her into ballet. So she was kind of basically born a dancer. And, 5 years later, my parents have me, and then they say, they notice how I'm kind of just dancing and watching my sister, like, up on stage, and I'm actually, like, dancing in the aisles. My grandma was like, you know what? Why don't you just take him into a dance class? Take him into some hip-hop class, and we'll see where it goes. And, right when I took my first hip-hop class, I fell in love with it. And, I'm here now.
That is an interesting story. Wow. Whoa, that's kind of just, didn't really know that about you, that happened. But I'm glad that, you found that passion for dancing. And as I said before in introduction, the Black Talented audience will probably remember you from Dance Moms. Can you tell us, how did you get involved with that show?
Well, actually, I was very happy to be a part of Dance Moms just because, I grew up watching Dance Moms as like a fan, and I took a couple classes. I took a couple classes from Guy Group at ALTC, and Abby Lee used to watch, and she would come up to me and be like, "You're so talented. I'd love to have you a part of my show, but like we're just waiting for the right moment." So I was like, "Okay, cool. Like, just take your time. I'm ready whenever you are." And she hit me up one day and said, "Hey, Will, we're looking for a hip hop dancer to do a duet with Kendall and to do a group dance. I hope you don't mind. We'll love to have you be a part of it." And I took the opportunity right away. It was such a fantastic experience.
Yeah, I love watching you guys. I love the whole watching you do the hip hop routine with Kendall. I remember it. I think it was one of my favorite ones, especially because as I think that you were able to loosen up Kendall, and she was really able to get into the hip hop dance, and that's what I loved about you. I was like, yes, because I love her as a dancer, but I was like, I sometimes feel like she's wound up a little tight, and then she worked with you, and I was like, oh, look at her, she's so loose, she's freeing up, she's relaxing. There you go, because hip hop is not about being all tense. It is about freely, letting go in a certain attitude. So I was really glad you were able to bring that out in her.
And yeah, and that was my favorite thing working with Kendall, just because one, she is a fantastic dancer, but at the same time, it brings that new style of hip hop to a studio. Because when you see street hip hop versus a studio hip hop, it's very different. So for me to bring that out of her, which is what you're saying, I absolutely loved that. I feel like that was something that we were really working for that whole week. And for you to say that, that means that we accomplished our goal.
Yeah, I definitely saw it. I definitely saw a different Kendall when she was working with you. She just seemed so much more relaxed, and it looked like she was just letting go of the routine and just letting go and just really just letting her go herself to the music. I was like, finally, this is the performance of Kendall what we've been waiting for. So thank God for you, Will. Thank God.
Yeah.
I have to say, ever since being on that show, how has your life changed?
Say that one more time.
Since being on Dance Moms, how has your life changed?
I got a closer relationship with Abby, And I feel like that was one thing that I absolutely loved, and Abby loved me so much. And ever since then, she actually gave me an opportunity to teach at ALDC before it got shut down. And I felt like that was such a big breakthrough for me to be as a choreographer and to even teach at such a iconic studio. So after the moment people started to realize that I took a class at ALDC, it actually kind of branched me out to other studios that saw that class video and were like, can we have you teach here? Can we have you teach here? So that was a great opportunity for me.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I'm glad that we were able to branch out to different, studios and learn different. Were you able to learn different dance moves as well?
Yes, that's my favorite thing about going to different studios and even just teaching different students as well. Is just that there's never somebody exactly the same as you. Everybody's always different, and I feel like I can learn from that. And that's one of my favorite things is when I see people freestyle or even, add their own texture or sauce into my choreography. It's like I didn't even hear that musicality, but you hit it, and I love it.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Also, Mr. Will, you were probably the envy of every single girl everywhere when you were able to dance with the Justin Bieber and his Purpose Tour in Los Angeles. Can you please give us a little dish about that?
Yes. So at the time, Justin Bieber, during his Purpose Tour, him and his choreographer, Nick Demore, who I love so much, posted on Instagram and said, hey, guys, we wanted, to make a challenge called Purpose Tour, for the children. And, in every city, they picked out 4 kids. So what you do is that you say Purpose Tour, and then you put out, your city that you want to perform at. And literally, it was just a challenge, open call on YouTube. And, when my mom first heard about it, I was like, I have to do this. I want to do this so bad. I already worked with Justin in his music video for Lolly and Major Ali. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for this. And we put it out there, and we said Purpose Tour Los Angeles on my YouTube. And it's still actually on there. And I thought it was kind of crazy just because when we looked at the submissions, there was at least like 4,000 other videos of just Los Angeles. And I thought it was an honor just because, him and Nick Demora picked me out. There's only like 8 spots that they picked out for Los Angeles out of 4,000 submissions. So that was just the audition process. And then the moment we got on stage and we met Justin, he was the nicest person ever. Even the dancers, I love the dancers so much. And I feel like that was just an amazing opportunity for me.
That is incredible. That is so good to hear that he was so nice. And that is just wow. Out of 4,000, you were one of the 8 that was chosen. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure your reaction, Will, was like, what?
No, I absolutely freaked out because when I got it, I also got it with one of my good friends, Casey Wright and Tahani Anderson. So I was absolutely shocked. I was on cloud 9 at that moment.
Oh, trust me. I would have been on cloud 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I'm on all the clouds.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my goodness, that is incredible. But you're also not only are you part of every girl's envy, you are actually part of every kid's envy because you are now part of the new Mickey Mouse Club.
I know. That's absolutely insane.
You have got to give us the dates on that. How did that happen for you?
So this is about maybe 2 years ago. 2 years ago, me and another Mouseketeer, Jenna Alvarez, we actually did the pilot for this. This is just even pitch out the idea of bringing back Club Mickey Mouse. So we did the pilot, and then 8 months later, they call us back, and they're like, hey, we loved you guys so much during the pilot. Can you guys come back and audition us? And we were audition for us. And we were like, yeah, that's totally fine. So we went in there. I had to sing them a song. I had to do a couple dances for them. And I did my audition. I thought I did very well. I did great in my interview. And they hit me up around maybe a month later. And they say, hey, well, we just want to let you know that I hope you're ready, that your life is going to change because you are a new Mouseketeer. And I absolutely freaked out just because, one, my parents, they grew up with the old, Mouseketeers.
Mm-hmm.
My sister grew up with the Mickey Mouse Club with Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Ryan like Ryan Gosling, and I knew that like I was gonna be like one of them. I'm a part of the family. I feel like that was my favorite thing about it, was just that I was so ready for this journey just because I grew up watching Disney. I love Disney so much. And now that I am with Disney, it's still like I'm getting goosebumps as of right now.
Oh my gosh, I don't blame you. It's more than being part of Disney. You are part of history. I mean, the Mickey Mouse Club has been around since 1930s. I mean, this is a legacy that has brought on stars after stars after stars. I mean, this is incredible, because one day, William, can you imagine one day, like maybe 10 years from now, you're gonna look back and go, that's where it all, I was part of that Mickey Mouse Club, and look where I'm at now with all the success. And that's just I can imagine the goosebumps, because I'm even getting goosebumps just talking about it. That's really awesome.
Yes, I feel like that was just such an unreal moment for me, and that's such like an iconic memory I'm gonna have for the rest of my life.
Right. I can totally get that feeling. I mean, here at Black Talent TV, we really don't get a lot of dancers here. So I am so interested to know, Will, what would you say is the most difficult aspect of dancing?
Well, the difficult aspect of dancing, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like one for me personally is just to pick up on styles. Just because, like I said before, there's so many different styles of hip hop by itself that it's not just one genre that other people think. People, when they first think of hip hop, they think of, oh, it's just one style of dance and that's it. But now that, we're in this new generation, there's so many other styles. And I feel like the hardest thing about it is to, even keep up and learn. But that's my favorite thing about it. So it's not even just the hardest, but it's my favorite thing about it is I get to pick up all these new styles and just grow my dance vocabulary.
I love that attitude. That is so refreshing. And you're right. It's not really a difficult thing. It's actually the fun part. You're learning and molding into different, dance types. And like you said, there's just hundreds, there's millions. This new generation is constantly coming up with new dance craves, way to, come up, to refresh the old dance craves. So you're right. It's you are in a pool where creativity is just flowing everywhere. And it's got to be pretty awesome.
Yes. And
Absolutely.
that's my favorite thing. That's just my absolute favorite thing about dance overall. Is that I can even go to, for example, Japan, and we may not even speak the same language, but the one thing that we do speak together is dance.
I love that. Absolutely love that. Mr. Will, I am dying to know, and of course, Black Talent TV audience is dying to know too. What future projects, besides the Mickey and Mouse Club, that are you involved with that you can dish about to Black Talent TV?
Okay, so I'm super excited about this because I got into acting around 3-4 years ago, and I recently just booked a film that is going to be in theaters called Next Level. That'll be coming out next year in the summer, but we just finished wrapping it, and I'm so excited for everybody to see it.
Oh my God, dancer and actor too. I can't wait. I'm excited. Mr. Will, you are just branching out to different things. I am so excited to see that. Definitely give the Black Talent TV audience, where can we go to keep up on you and your work? Where can we go to make sure that we are up to date on Will and everything about Will?
Well, if you guys want to continue seeing my journey and just seeing my path of my career, you guys can follow me on all social medias at BigWill Simmons, BigWillSimmons. And you guys go in there, give it a follow, a like, a subscribe, even share it to your friends, everything.
I will make sure to do that. Black Talent TV audience, make sure you do that too, because this young man is going to be just a huge star, and he was here on Black Talent TV, so make sure you guys definitely follow him and everything, his work. Mr. Will, coming up with 2 last questions of the day. So, would you consider ever going on another reality show like Dance Moms?
Personally, I would love it. I feel like that's just another way to express, for the audience to connect, to you as a person. I think that's one of my favorite things about reality TV shows is that you really get to show who you really are and, in such a positive way. And I felt like me maybe even being on there might change somebody's thoughts on an opinion on something, or even just maybe a kid's going through the same thing that I'm going through, and we can work it out together. I feel like that's just one of my favorite things about reality TV shows.
Oh, absolutely. And that's such a refreshing attitude about, that too. You don't want it, for the fame and just, but to connect and be able to help and mold. And I think that is the best thing. And I think I love that. I love that. Like I said, Will, you are heading into a promising, great career.
Thank you.
Got a really long road of greatness ahead of you. I'm dying to know, what goals do you hope to reach with dancing? With your dancing career, let's just say.
With my dancing career, one is that I want to teach and connect to as many hearts and souls as possible when it comes to teaching in a classroom with, 20 kids versus teaching into another country with like 200 kids. Either way, I want to make the same impact and just help somebody grow in their dance and, with their mind and everything.
I'm not gonna lie, Will, I would love to be taught by you for dancing. I'm not much of a dancer, I'm not gonna lie. You might have your work cut out with me, but I would love to try.
But hey, I would love that. If you're willing to try and give it your all, then I love that attitude.
Hey, great. That is great. If I can just get one dance move down, I'd be great. I'd be cool.
Get that one dance move. That's all you need to show at the party. Just get that one dance move.
Exactly. That's all I need. I can keep half of a rhythm, half of a beat, but I need the full rhythm, full beat. I'm just being honest. I'm being so honest. I can only keep half. So I'd love to be taught by you and be able to keep at least a full beat.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Will, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Like I said, been a huge fan of yours since I saw you on Dance Moms and saw you dancing with Kendall. Like I said, cannot wait for your future projects. I can't wait to see you in the Mickey Mouse Club. Wait to see you in a big movie next year. I really do appreciate you, giving your time and giving your thoughts to Black Talent TV and our audience today. It was awesome.
No, thank you so much for having me and asking me all these questions. I love how you did your research, and you're such a wonderful host.
Thank you. Hey, I do what I can. I try to do my best. But yeah, we definitely appreciate you, and I definitely employ the Black Talent TV audience. Make sure you follow this and get incredible young man on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. You can follow him on it. Check out his work, because he is going to be a trailblazer, and he was here talking with us, so definitely make sure you guys catch up with him and make sure you guys follow him, because he's going to be the next big star, hands down, calling it. So so like I said, I want to give our thanks to our guest Will for joining us. I want to thank our Black Talent TV audience. Also, if you guys are interested in talking with me or ever advertising with us, make sure you guys check us out at info@blacktalentTV.com. We're always willing to waiting to hear from you guys, so make sure you guys check us out. But until then, you guys know I am your hostess with the mostest, Mrs. Simone Jackson. I just want to thank Mr. Will again, Black Talent TV audience. Till then, you guys have a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.